So I'm gonna try to do this really quick since my daughter is still asleep. Long nap here. Um, Yesterday I got tapped on the shoulder by my ancestors. Um, Normally I don't listen to my ancestors. Sometimes I'm hard headed, and they ended up sending me a very scary image in order to get me to listen. So I go to my mat and I do my cards. And three important cards popped up: the seed planter, the fire of God, and the sun. And then it popped up the death card, and then it popped up the couples card. And this is in the Europa cards, the couples card, and uh, one other card. Here goes the little hummingbird. So basically, what they're saying: the seed of God is planted inside of you. The seed of God is planted inside of you. We must now conjure death in order to get um, the connection established. Uh, so I got everyone on the call on this energy. I got death on the call. I got Ovatala and all his connections. I got the feminines of the Yami. They are very connected to me, extremely connected to me. I got my ancestors. I talked to my mother, Tara Jones, and got her approval. I got approval from my grandmother, Kathy Jones. I got approval from my grandfather, Leo White. Approval from my father, both who are on the other side leading. My father, Zani White. So I got on both of got them. I got connection to all of the had to call over to Nigeria, and they're not happy for some reason. I think I'll go over that dream here in a second. Um, I don't know. I got everybody on the call, including the Galactic Federation, and they all got me the thumbs up. So what happened was everybody came and they gave me their dark ether energy. I opened the bank and I gave them honey to balance it out because ether is very heavy. So I gave them the honey pot to substitute for their ether, for their power. um, so my body has been filling up with this almost mucky energy. It's like very thick, like the swamp energy. Uh, and it's been just pouring in there. And I keep having to go back to myself being like, hey, like this is too much power. I don't need this much. But then I start to realize how they're not playing ball with us. They're not moving aside so that we can do our thing. So they then come to me and tell me how to summon the all the things that I need to summon to make because I mean there was two things. If the water spirits didn't agree, the water spirits didn't agree with the final cause of action, which was the final candle. This final candle is like the manifestation of the end of everything, like a nuclear explosion in one candle. But the water spirits didn't agree with that, so we had to go on the defensive and organize what they want and what the earth, what this water spirits want, what the earth spirits want, what the wind spirits want, what the Egun want. We had to balance it out pretty quickly. Um, and so then this is where the conjuring comes up. Once we get enough people who are on board with passing the energy to the dark feminine, to pass the energy to me, I'm going to essentially, in a sense, die. But I'm not going to be dead. I'm going to be on the bridge between death, which is a dream realm, um, where death sits, so he could see what's going on below. So once I get on this plank, me and death can have that conversation about what is going to happen. So then I take my sleep, take my nap. I take my nap, and I'm going into a dream realm. And I get into the dream realm, and I'm on a call. And on this call, I'm on a call with this girl who's initiating the conversation between me and some other people. I got two birds. Okay. Between two, me, three. Okay. But four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What are they doing over here? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. They are gathering 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Oh, wow, they're all gathering. All of them. Okay. They're just probably going to just keep coming. I'll stop at 45. They're all here, all sitting on the back trees. So, what was I saying? Okay. So in this dream, I was on a call, like a FaceTime call, and this girl was initiating it between me and somebody else. And I was telling this other person, I was like, "Hey, I see a child in your future. I see a couple children in your future, but somehow you're blocked. Like the kid can't come through, you know?" And I was just trying to diagnose something for him. And on the back end call, I was on a call with Dad. I was telling him, talking to him, and then just trying to figure something out. And then I get on a call with Africa or with Nigeria or something like that. And I feel for some reason that they weren't happy, like, I don't know, but they weren't happy with something. And I kept telling them that, you know, I'm just going to drop that right now because it's not as important. I'm trying to figure the other stuff out. So I get into from the car, and I get into the house, and I'm setting up for a baby for some reason. This whole place has changed, and it's like a communal living center. And I'm like prepping for a baby. And so I overhear people talking and said, Vishnu and Hera had a baby. And I felt like I got punched in the gut. I felt like I got punched in the fucking gut. I fell on the floor, and I was like, oh, for real? At the same time? That's really bad. That's creating the shadow energy of the sun. Vishnu and Hera had a baby. Um, So I, most of the dream just like faded on me, faded. Um, so let's get into let's get into um, the repercussions of the actions of the earth. So unleashing this energy and unlocking it from Pandora is very dangerous and very sacred. So I am having another energy watch over my flesh. Once I do this ritual, she will be in my flesh, watching over everything and communicating for you guys. But this part of me is going to go on a journey to crack open the earth and let out the final, let out. Yeah. I don't know if you could see them all. Samnae! Samnae! Now soon! Now soon! I know it's like really far, but it's a lot of them. They ready. Asmalo! Shefarana! I'll be back out to talk, guys. Back for this instance. I'm gonna give the power to them. They're just taking over the whole tree. Y'all can't see it, huh? They took over the whole tree in like 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go on a journey. And I pray that my soul comes back, but I feel like it has to be done. Somebody got to do it. Somebody's got to risk it and do it. So why not me? Why not? So when you're conjuring death soul into physical form, um, you gotta be a tough fucking cookie. You gotta be tough because most people don't like to hug death, don't like to touch death, and I'm like, my whole thing is rebirth, you know. So where would rebirth be without death? This is why I've always said that, like, I'm in love with him. Like I've never shied away from that, because we've been on the same, trajectory the whole time. Like we have been like yin yang. He over there, I'm over here, but we still see each other constantly. We still have dinner together. We still on the same page, me and death, no matter what happens. And Mother Earth is really sick. I know I say this a lot, and I talk about this a lot, but she's actually really sick, especially with helping me to get the energy to bring such a heavy spirit to be born on earth or to be born in my physical womb. Um, both of my children, took a lot of energy, but this one took majority of the energy, and a lot of this energy that I'm getting into my head is being dropped, from a lot of sources. From a lot, I mean, there was this dude in Florida. In Florida, had the biggest motherfucking pot of ether I've ever seen in my life. You know, I was like, how did he accumulate all of this? And he was just talking about, uh, people were selling their soul, and they wasn't selling their soul, they were selling their power. And he goes, I took that power and I know how to convert it, with enough hard work, dedication, you know, I know how to convert it. So I finally get on this, you know, arrangement in the communication. And, I was like, I'm giving you an equal amount of honey, which is very sacred shit because, you know, it's rare nowadays. Honey is one of the rarest commodities, you know, out there because women were raped for it. They were splurged for it. But nobody could penetrate the bank. Nobody could steal from this bank. Shit, this is the highest bank. You can't get in it. How many times I've been, stolen from? They think they stealing something, but they not. They stole ether. Ether leave your hand black, and so you can see who's a thief. Whoever's around you. If I look at their hands, I look at their palms. I could tell if they a thief. You know. So I finally get to, I'm getting all of this energy. Um, I can call it energy, but I'm getting all of this uh, energy and I'm handing out my honey. And I'm like, I never realized how much of abundance that my ancestors had. I've never realized it until I actually opened the bank. I did the sacred dance. I unlocked and uncoded the keys. When I did my sacred dance, I wasn't in my body. The ancestor came inside of me and said, move over because I barely got the rhythm because I don't really dance much. You know, I don't show the movements as much as I should, but I feel like dancing comes from a happy vessel. You know, when a vessel is happy, she she exudes this like honey ooze that just drips down to the ground, and I turned it off, you know. I turned that off a long time ago because I'm like, I'm not accessing this. It makes me a fucking target. I've already got people coming in my dreams just from posting about it. People coming up in my dreams, coming up in my house, spirits coming into my house. Like a really well thought man, I'm gonna say a well thought man, came in yesterday and tried to buy my honey and buy me. It was like, I'll offer you anything. I have codes to all the banks, all the fucking da da da. I'll buy it from you. I'll buy you. How much you wanting to, do for? And I go, nigga, I'm not for sale. My head's not for sale. I don't know what kind of pimp you think you was, but you don't know Leo White. Leo White used to pimp the fucking bitches with honey, nigga. He was a real fucking he was a pimp before you was a pimp. You don't know him. He in the Hall of Records. You think you know money, you think you know numbers, but you don't know Leo White. That's an ancestor of mine. That is my grandfather on my father's side. The white lion. That nigga know how to pimp bitches. You just talk the talk. You think you smooth, kid. You ain't smooth. And I get to realize how dangerous it is. holding that shit. And I started to realize that I have an army of women around me. Women as protectors too. I'm looking for the men for direction and uh, guard guardingness and things like that. And I forget that our women are warriors too. So I summoned a whole bunch of them. I summoned them. I said, I need you guys here because this baby is on his way down the motherfucking tube. He's gonna be stopped at a gate because I have my IUD planted, but I gotta work through it, and I need to get it out, and then we're gonna have to figure it out. But it's gonna take me some time to finally get to there. Um, he's gonna be at the gate, and he split the seas in between. Like I'm having a vision, laying on my floor because I want to stay near the heater in my daughter's room. I'm laying on the floor, and I could feel this big, bright, sunny energy. It's like a sun is inside of me, and it traveled from my nape of my back here, this part of my neck and my head, up through this, down, and went to my heart, and my heart started glowing. Like I could look in the mirror and I could see like a big, like a light shining, and then it went down to my womb and started replugging stuff up in there, and then went down and stayed in my stomach, and it was like bright, um, light, little red. It was just iridescent, glowing, and I'm revisiting some of my old paintings and writings, and I had a dream of the wave about 3 years ago. I had a dream and I wrote it down. Um, so so I want to thank the feminine who are often overlooked for their ability to strategize and to fight battles. I want to apologize that I haven't really given you the best attention and communication from the feminine standpoint. I do rely heavily on my men, on my sons, to be the protectors and the shielders, and um, often overlook that the feminines are very, very strong as well. Not just strong, uh, fearless. They are fearless. Um, Lapito Nyong'o posted something today, and I'm just like, now that's a fucking warrior. Like, why am I not connecting as much with my daughters as I do my sons? You know, and I kind of realized that I've gotten so much pushback from my daughters about, various things, mostly including their significant others. And it kind of just hurt my feelings, and I kind of held that a little bit. Uh, but, I forgive and I release any bent up anger and stuff like that, or residual animosity. I'm not perfect. I don't pretend to be perfect. I don't want to be perfect, but I do know that um, I'm blessed and I'm watched over quite heavily, guarded, quite heavily. And no matter what happens, I want y'all to know y'all be safe. The ones who watch this, the ones who listen to the channeling I do before I go online, um, you'll be safe. People always talk about how subconscious is your consciousness in shadow form, most likely ego. But I've raised a lot of subconscious beings. I've raised a lot of children in the dark. I raised a lot. And I want you to know that you're made after your mother. Your flesh may be molded by your father, but your dark side is your intuition, what talks back to you, what echoes off of another form standing right next to you. Your mother is always with you. As much as you don't know, as much as I sit down and look like I'm doing nothing, I'm there. I'm there. You know, I'm translating and I am talking to her teachers. I'm having parent teacher conferences. I'm I'm there, you know. In the subconscious mind, I fight too with you guys. My daughters and my sons and the animals, I fight. So when I place my forehead to the ground and all of the energy gets absorbed into the ground, I pray that you don't forget about me. That people don't forget about me because I've made quite a bit of sacrifices um, on the other side to awaken people before I actually focused on myself. I've, to awaken people. And again, it's not always about me. I promise you, yes, I can be self involved. Think everything is about me and think so highly of myself, but I had to build myself to get here, to speak my own truth. I don't feel that I'm that beautiful. I don't feel like I'm that, strong. I don't feel these things until the spirits come inside of me, until DNA is activated, until my heart chakra starts to talk to me like a loudspeaker, like a I don't feel these things until spirit is involved. I will go back and look at my pictures and my videos on my pages because most of the time I don't post it. Most of the time the spirits come and they're like, hey, we need you to send a message. And I say, just take over. I'm going to go over here and help him with his homework. Sometimes Cataclysm is the only way to bring about a new day. I like that. Sometimes cataclysm is the only way to bring about a new day, and they've angered me to the point where there's no return. And I love it here on earth. So, whatever name you choose to call me, Z, Zanisha, Isis, Oshun, Mother, Sister, cousin, some random girl on the internet. I pray that you don't forget about me. You don't forget about the sacrifices that the mother has made. And I have been the hand to maneuver the ether for her on earth. And this treasure trove of videos that I leave on the internet for you guys. I hope you find gold in it. I hope you find the things that I've buried deep in the subconscious. Because by the time y'all all wake up, y'all be able to hear all the thoughts that I had behind the words, all of the thoughts. It's quite a bit. I'm sure I'll see you tomorrow. Just won't be me. Be kind to one another. You know, be kind. That don't cost a thing. To be nice, to love, don't cost no money. It don't cost no honey. It don't cost ether. It don't cost nothing. To be kind and to love, to hug, to shake hands again. To the ones that I have loved on earth, thank you. That was my only reason to come down here, was to feel love. And my dream came true. I fell in love with my first son. That was my heart. I fell in love with my daughter. What a blessing she is, even though she is very difficult. She's all so small that she's very difficult. You know, yeah, I have to make sure to tell people to just watch out for her rebellious stage, because her rebellious stage will, with power, could cause a misbalance. So just, you know, show her tons and tons and tons of love. Tons of love. That love will balance out all of that angst, teenage angst. She's a water child, so put her in the water, have her swim, you know. Have her swim. Maybe play the piano. Um, hmm. It's always been the fault of mine to, overlove and not find that balance. But I want to thank Stephen for just teaching me that. That was a very hard lesson that I needed to learn. But that class was like brilliant, you know. That was a very brilliant class. And, he really helped me to see that overloving can be a disease. Overloving can affect a lot of affect a lot, you know. Overloving can. And without him I wouldn't have understood that. I can be a brat when I don't get what I want. And I realized that, so that helped me a lot. Literally, love has, although, I've had my fair share of pain, the only thing I'm going to remember is when my heart would flutter and my stomach would drop when I would see someone that I was so excited about. You know, you could see the spirit of God inside of them, and it made me fall in love a lot. I fell in love a lot. What a blessing to have that. It's a blessing. So when this video is archived, put it way in the back. Put it way in the end. Way in the back. In the Akashic Records. In the Zanisha Records. It's all about me, huh? Because I feel like one day someone will see it. People will see it. And they'll know that we will learn from our mistakes one day. Someday. We'll learn from our mistakes and we will gather under corridor halls and we will hold hands and we will sing Kumbaya, whatever song y'all want, and we'll get on one accord. We'll get on one accord. I feel it. Um, because this journey I'm about to go on has killed me quite a bit of times before. Once or twice or three times. um, and it's not manifesting to the person in my head now. It's not manifesting, it's speaking facts about the past and preparing just in case. Because this is a lot of energy, and my ancestors saved up quite a bit to balance this honey with ether and honey with the power so that I can remain balanced. And this is why love was so important from the class that Stephen taught me. Um, was just about balance. The greatest lesson I could ever learn is the Ma'at class, because I never understood her. Never understood her. I always told her, I said, once you're in one energy, once you're in the energy, why don't you just master the energy? Don't balance it out. Become a master in your field, you know? Because every time I would open a different book on ether, I would find something more. I would dig and I would never become a master because I'm always searching for the same thing. And it will lead me right back here to balance. I was listening to Rod yesterday, talking with these two other gentlemen. One of the little guy, the youngest member. I was like, I feel like I know him. I feel like I know him. But every topic that they threw at Rod, he had an answer categorized in his brain. I mean, he was pulling records back from like 1200 BC. And I was just like, that's why. He took a piece of everything, a little piece of everything. So he had knowledge about everything. And that's a brilliant man. Very smart. I don't say names and praise people quite often. I'll be quiet. Shit. But where there's honey, there's bees. And I'm not one to go where everyone's going, you know. So all I gotta say is free Larry Hoover, free the kings on the land so they could help to facilitate some of these changes, because the changes are going to be huge. They're going to be blowing down buildings, evicting people, pushing people off of the land, organizing. They're going to be doing a lot of this stuff. And okay, you want to wake up? You wake up? Want to say hi? Say hi, people. Hi, people. It's me. I'm hungry, Mama. Watch CoComelon. So it is now 4444. I'm gonna start preparing the ritual and getting it organized for to do either tonight or tomorrow. I just need, we're at the throat level, the throat chakra level. Um, we're just missing some people who they don't want to give up the power. Um, it's a lot of feminines who don't want to give up the power. I have been leading for a long time. Um, and I just say, I'm going to give you honey. I'm going to give you the energy to turn anything into gold. You know, you could use this. This other power is going to go back to the earth. You know, our ancestors are going to be out a lot, but I'd rather have everyone have and than me have everything. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather have everyone have a piece of the pie than me have everything. How fucked up is that? That people want to hoard their own power so that they could feel superior to other beings. No superiority complex here. None. Shit, most people say it was beat out of me. I probably see from the bottom everything. I probably see from the earth, looking up from the ground, how things have changed. Hmm. Enough dramatics. Dramatics. I I gotta walk all of the power to the heart of the mother. I have to restart her, recode her, bring her back from the dead because she's on her last leg. It's an engineer. As Eve, the evolutionary vehicle engineer, I have my work cut out for me. My work cut out for me. Because if you could see the mechanics of the earth, and I mean how it works from a quantum level, you would realize that a lot of the entanglement is very entangled. It's like a shoestring. Don't show my boobs. It's like a shoestring tangled together, and you got to go in and unravel and cut, and you can cut the wrong one, and that leads directly to the feminine. That leads directly to this body and all the other women in the world. It's this spiral effect. So, wish me luck. Wish me luck. The hardest part is going to be getting into Africa. I don't know why they mad. What I said to make them mad, but they not happy. I don't know what I did. Shoot. Oh my gosh. And then I had a dream I was in a freaking manger. But it wasn't a manger. It was a it had cows and pigs and horses and um, like a where you go in and there's a trough of water. And it was just right over here in this corner here. And I had this dream several times back in the day, but I was just there and I was like, this looks familiar. It looks just like where I live. You know, it was a little village right near me that was turned into a farm. I think I'm good now. I think I've said everything. Said everything I had to say. Is there any questions? How many lifetimes have I sacrificed this energy or my energy to help the collective? I think it's too many times to count. We were in a repeating loop for a long time. Like, I was hoping, honestly, that this repeating loop would just end this time and I wouldn't have to go through with this energy. And, like, literally, I wouldn't have to. Come to me. Come to me. Come to me. I wouldn't have to go back down there. But she real hurt. So we need a doctor. We need an earth doctor to pinpoint where the things are, to be in a hole and yell up. Yeah, go here, put it here, don't put nothing here. So yeah, it's been a couple hundred mil. All right, I don't even know. Do I think I can survive? Yeah, I think I can. I think I can. I think I'm strong enough, mentally. I've been put through enough trials and tests and disorders to get back and forth. It's just gonna take me some time. It's just gonna take me some time, to rework a lot of that stuff down there. So my body has to be protected, especially if I can't be up here um, to protect the baby. That's my main goal. That was my main goal. Now it's to pass this energy back to the earth and waiting on death to touch my head. Because when death touches my head, then gone, gone, gone. I'm gonna go beneath the surface, and that's gonna that's it. And I'll be out of here. I'll be here. I'll be able to facilitate the communication, but I won't be here. You know what I mean? I won't be here, but I'll be here. Um, one more, and then I'm gonna go make her some food. Have I thought about any alternative ways to deliver the energy? Okay, so that's actually a really, really, really good question. Have I thought about any alternative? I'm going to tell you the ways I've done it. I've done it through water, and that caused a sinking. That's energy through water, and it caused a sinking. I've passed the water through fire, and it didn't end well for a lot of people because once the fire like that spreads, it has to reach above. So that means then there's asteroids that have to come down because it's as above, so below. You know, I've tried it through trees, and that didn't end well because if you look at the deforestation in the land right now, it's because people understood the power that they held um, and the ether that they associated with. So they cut the trees down for power. That didn't end well. So I took the power back. Some trees kept a little, but I've tried it through ether, and that caused a big bang. caused a really, 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 really big bang, and it affected all of the planets and all of the world. Um, and I've sent people on mission to do it for me, and that ended extremely bad. Good. That didn't really. So I've tried a lot of different resources and ways, but the easiest way is through Earth. And until she's healthy enough to, um, until she's healthy enough, she'll have all the power. She'll have it all. I don't need it. What do I need power for? I'm just a housewife. So I'll pass it through her, and me and Death will work together in simpatico to figure out how to uncode her and break the earth and fix it. Break the earth and fix it. Break the earth and fix it. So you'll see a lot of the devastation happen up here from what we're doing down there. Hammering, sewing, um, cutting, doing the shit we gotta do. Um, and one more. He said, how might we be able to help while we're here? Um, the easiest way is I need to see. I need to be able to see. So if you open your third eye, I'm able to go through there and see what's going on up here. If you open your oris, if you open your head, I'm able to get sunlight down below, because when you have your shoes off on the ground, I can see. It gives me the light I need. It gives me the lightning I need. Um, that that would be amazing, you know, to just have people singing and dancing, cheering us on while we try to figure out how to break it and fix it, break it and fix it, break it and fix it, open holes in the middle of cities, you know, uh, create all this devastation. It's like you're going into surgery, you're going into battle. The Mother Earth is going into surgery to fix what's been devastated on. Like, you know, that's my commitment. My commitment is to fix, to heal. Heal myself, heal Mother Earth, heal, heal as much as I can. Oh, yeah, this the dinner. I like this one. This shirt. Somebody commented and said, "I like your shirt." Yeah, I got his concert in Seattle. He did good. Sorry he lost his friend today. I made sure to look at his picture enough times to figure out where he's going. I was like, "Nah, don't follow Death now. Don't follow him over here. Just come here. I'll put you right back." So he coming back. It don't matter. Don't have to take the long journey through the 40 days and 40 nights through the desert with Death. Just come on over. Get cleaned out your head. You gotta get cleaned out after that kind of stuff happens. Clean your head out, and then you'll be able to go back. So it's just gonna take him like, a couple days in order to get cleansed. I got my girls on that one. Um, so how is this gonna impact Death? Like from now on, there's gonna be an influx of souls just wandering about. Like, where am I supposed to go? Like, what's happening? It's already been like that. Um, ain't gonna be no sunlight. Sun's gonna be blocked out. It's about to be rainy. It's about to be very devastating for a little bit, but um, I mean, if we got approval, we gotta fix it. The ship gotta be fixed. The mothership gotta be fixed because it impacts so many of the upper lives. It's gotta be fixed, and not many people know how. So we just about to go through this dance and pony show, um, with the earth. We want to do the best we can, restore her to her former glory. I like good, clean water. That's rare. I need the water to be clean, so there's gonna be some river action here and some water action. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. I gotta go. I love you. I love your mama, your daddy, and your good granny. Bye. Bye. Is that go down?